Hey, what's up everyone? So I'm trying out the new tablet, the new Samsung Galaxy Tab A. So this was the $129 or $139, sorry, $139 tablet, and I went ahead and got it for my birthday, and I just wanted to go ahead and see how it works for making these types of videos. So let me know you can hear me clearly. So there's a lot going on. First of all, that object in the sky stays in the sky. Something odd about it. It's there all the time, day and night, morning and evening. It's always there. Other stars move around it. The moon moves around it. Other planets and objects move around it. Now, you know when you see other celestial objects moving around something that's just seemingly there, hovering there, something's wrong. I mean, I would say it moves with us, but if it moved with us, then it would be moving around like the moon. But it doesn't. It just sits there. It just sits there. Whatever this thing is in the sky, it just sits there. Let me know if you still witness it. I don't know what that thing is, but it's something, and I'm going to share some videos of that and some crafts as well. Alright, so something was seen above Mars. This is it right here. Sky phenomenon above Mars. They called it an elongated light above Mars, a cloud of some sort. And this right here, this life-threatening storm moving through the east coast, they're saying, so be prepared for that. And this right here is literally happening right now along the San Andreas fault line. This inferno, this fire blazing in California, they say one of the worst they have ever witnessed in the state. So definitely a serious situation impending there. Now this news out of Death Valley, which is used to that type of weather. Iraq, Iran, and other countries. Let's see which other countries it was. And Kuwait. Extreme temperatures all the way up to 127 degrees Fahrenheit and 53 degrees Celsius if that's what you go by. Also, HAARP, back in the news. The Highly Active Aurora Research Program, back in the news once again. They are messing with nature and the weather. They're messing with everything. And we are the guinea pigs. We're the test subjects. The lab rats. Test monkeys. We are their test. The same with, I can't say it, 5th generation microwave beam radiation, microradiation cell signal, or 5. Yeah, you know the word. They say if you say it, you're flagged now, so I'm not saying it. How about if I write it? You know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. That right there. That's pretty much clear enough. Now, the apple fire exploded out of control in California just a few days ago, just spreading across 25,000 acres, prompting 8,000 evacuations in just a very short period of time. They call it the apple fire of doom. Solar minimums can also have very, very high solar blasts, just like in 1903. Very interesting here. Millions of mosquitoes form tornadoes across the sky. Just like a jet. Just like a jet. Why did I say jet? Just like a horror movie. Check that out. Millions of mosquitoes forming multiple tornadoes, vortices, or vortexes in the sky. Also, they're spraying around here in the stores. They're spraying the stores with flea spray. That's how bad the bugs are. The flies, the gnats, the fleas, the tiny mites, the pestilences. I've seen them on the cans, in the food, in the grocery stores. That's how bad the pestilence is right now. What is that object over there? UFO, perhaps? Anyway. Yeah, anyway, pestilence everywhere. There's another object right there as well. Pestilence is everywhere. They were spraying the inside of the grocery stores with flea spray and multiple pesticides. They had exterminators there taking care of business. So, yeah, definitely a lot going on. And check this out. A nationwide salmonella outbreak has actually already killed one person, so it's claimed one life, and has infected over 1,000 people in multiple states across the United States. definitely some tampering going on. If you watch Jeff Dunham's live stream that he did last, he said, Ahmed the dead terrorist said, leave something for us real terrorists to do. All these amateur terrorists are leaving nothing for us real terrorists to do. Get it? Amateur ones? Meaning that's what's going on right now. Biowarfare. Terrorism. That train a few days ago, that was an accident. That was not an accident. That was hacked. None of that is accidental. Sorry to offend anyone that... Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just telling the truth, you know? I mean, it's not offensive. It's truthful. And sadly, the sheeple are too blind to see what's really going on. But we've got to come together. We've got to band together and put out a powerful message of love, defeat the hate, defeat the darkness, and come together and rise over that. Those of us who believe strongly, we're going to be together. Things will be okay for us. On the other hand, those that aren't aware and awake, I feel really sorry for those that don't wake up to what's going on. But anyway, next topic here. This, out of the Philippines. A church mysteriously burned to the ground, they say. The entire wood in the building. Every bit of the wood, everything wooden in the building, burned down in the blaze, in the inferno. But this wooden crucifix, with the image of Jesus Christ on it, mysteriously remained intact. And they're recommending people to get emergency radios for emergency situations, as these catastrophic calamities are on the rise worldwide. Sadly, anything can happen at any time, whether small scale or large scale, whether it's an electrical or power outage that lasts for minutes, hours, days, or weeks, or even months, or some sort of large scale calamity in a huge scenario. They're recommending that you have weather radios and emergency radios with backup power supply and all of that, in case and if and when they get things back and running, if said situation were to take place. So it's always good to have backup, which I admit we should ourselves, but you know, really, what can you do when something like that happens except just hope and pray and try to help each other out? I mean, don't be so selfish and all this darkness and hate and keeping people inside, keeping people divided. That's not what's needed. The division is not needed. Unity is needed. This out of Patagonia. Prayers for everyone and all the livestock animals there. It's just that in Argentina, I believe this is Argentina, yes, hundreds of cattle and horses and sheep and other animals are being buried alive in the snow and ice. Several feet of snow, record amounts to be exact. That I'm not sure why the dogs are hassling and perfectly fine back there, but the horses, I guess maybe he fell into the ice or something, but lots and lots of snow covering these animals, so prayers to everyone there. Now this, as we're well aware of, apocalyptic sky sounds are baffling experts during this corona lockdown and this worldwide pandemic situation. And does it announce the coming social and economic collapse? Does it announce the second coming of Jesus Christ? What are your thoughts on this? I don't know if there are any comments or not. I'm going to go ahead and like that. That'll be my latest likes. Google Smart Lock signs me into everything now, so it just automatically they either text me and then I type the code in, or just signs me in without me even doing anything. So everything is saved for me now, mostly. But interesting. What do you think these sounds are? They already had hail that destroyed the crops out of the Midwest. Now a second straight year of flooding, just like here in Tennessee. So much rain, so much saturated ground, lots of flooding. So much flooding, once again this year, threatens the crops and livelihood of that area. So prayers for a good crop year anyway, and that things turn around, that we can still have a good crop harvest, and that people can get the supplies that they need, because store supplies have dwindled again. Things are very low on emergency supplies, and it's something to pay a lot of attention to. And Prayers to all the farmers. For the farmers, I should say. And this blazing inferno took place on a train bridge as a train derailed and crashed on this bridge. This was in Templetown Lake, Arizona 5 days ago. And folks, like I said, I don't believe this to be an accident. Maybe there's a 1% chance that it was, but I really believe this to be the act of terror. I really do. I believe it to be an act of terror. TERRORIST. Act. I really do. I mean, this type of thing starts every so often and continues globally and worldwide. A lot of times it starts happening. A lot of planes go down. Last year you were seeing a lot of plane crashes, and they just happen to be hacked. The computers messed up in them, and their equipment malfunctioned and failed. Trains malfunctioned and failed, derailed, crashed, collided. All kinds of things like that started happening last year again as well, after a few years of lapsed activity of that. And now it's starting again, so be aware of these things. Prayers to all the victims, if there were any. I haven't looked into this. Prayers to any. I don't believe it was a passenger train, but still, if anyone did get hurt, prayers for them, not to them, for them. And love and positive energy. And, well, all we can do is hope that things go well and that things get better. But I don't believe that to be an accident. Going on a little bit too long probably for this. So, next topic. Several days ago, there were over 125,000 lightning strikes in just a 2-hour period, which was unprecedented, a record situation in Washington, D.C. Maybe it's what it's telling the lawmakers to do is to get on that stimulus package. We need that extra money. We need that $2,400. We need for married couples. We need that $1,200 for individuals. We need that money. We really could use it. I have dental work that I'm going to have started done starting today. We have bills. We all still have payments and things to fix and things to do. That never stops. And I mean, come on, things have slowed down and we really need it. But anyway, thought I'd share that. This was the look of that hurricane several days ago that slammed into Texas, caused a lot of flooding, also gave Tennessee and the Tennessee Valley and areas a lot of rain, and as usual, a lot of tropical air, mass, moisture, lots of it hit the area last week. Did you receive any strange seeds in the mail? Because from Washington to Virginia to Louisiana to Kansas from one coast to the other coast, from Washington State all the way to Maine, and in the UK, so the United Kingdom, European nations dealing with this as well. Strange packages of seeds from China. China sending several strange packets of seed, and they said, do not plant them. Who would? I have no clue, unless you're out of your mind. Because they said that it could be, they're investigating it, and of course usually when they say they're investigating something, you never hear a follow-up. But they said they're investigating because it could potentially be a threat to foreign environments, like when you introduce a new species, and if you induct a new species into a foreign environment, it can negatively affect the environment. Like if you put a new animal into a foreign environment, or a plant or seed or some other species into an environment that is not generally in, it can cause issues. And that's what they said could happen with this, so you don't want that. So pay attention to your mail. This image supposedly is out of Sardinia, Italy. I believe this was back on July 24th, 2020, as the worst locust plagues hit the area in over 70 years. So this is the worst they've seen in over 7 decades in Sardinia, Italy. Obviously, you can see by the picture shown here, not a very pleasant sight. So I'm keeping my eyes on these impending situations as well. A lot of floods have been devastating China. Now, this image is out of flood-devastated areas of China where a large mudslide took place, and the landslide took place, and underground rocks slid. The land obviously opened up. Mudslides, landslides took place, and over 8,000 individuals were evacuated in this particular province of China. And as if things weren't crazy enough, a sudden and mysterious outbreak of worms in the water supply in South Vietnam. So the southern Vietnamese waters are being filled with a mysterious worm. I don't know if this is a bacterial worm or an actual worm, but it's something to pay attention to because several places in the United States, I believe, have also reported this. If you remember the polio-like illnesses, and hundreds of people came down with that, several other illnesses they said were passing through the water, contaminated water, and this was last year and earlier this year, back before this particular situation took place. Another respiratory infection is taking place in several people. Animals are now getting this quote-unquote virus, and it's transmitting in ways that they didn't think before. It's transmitting in unusual ways and sort of evolving, so to speak, so this virus is something that people still have not figured out. But I do believe it to be a weapon of biowarfare, a product of that. And a mysterious active leak of seabed, methane at the seabed in Argentina have been discovered. I think it was Argentina. No, Antarctica. Sorry. A mysterious leak of methane gas. A 13-foot oarfish washed up in Mexico back on July 22nd, sorry. And the last thing to report is back on July 22nd, it didn't make the news. It did not make the news at all, but a 7.8 magnitude earthquake produced a small tsunami in Alaska, and it was felt up to 500 miles away. And another thing that wasn't being reported, blood red waters all over this world. No one's talking about it. But it's on my channel. So peace, signing out. You can check out my previous videos. Previous videos, and my links are in the description box below, as well as the comment section. So if you'd like to show support, check out my links, because it's greatly appreciated for someone to show support for what I do. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. And I apologize if this video is too long, but sometimes when you have a lot of information to share, it takes a lot of time to share it. Maybe I'll start doing these videos in segments and to cut it down a little bit. But hey, there's no shortage of strangeness happening in the world around us, but that is to be expected. Peace, signing out. Let me know what you think about that object in the sky as well. I'm going to make a separate video about that, maybe several, and I have so many others to post from the phone, but I don't have time right now. I'm going to have to get ready and get prepared to start the day and maybe rest a little bit more. Well, I haven't rested at all, actually. I couldn't sleep all night, but my nerves have been too high. But that's life. Got to go to the dentist today, so peace, much love, signing out, and I thank you all for watching. Signing out. Let me know how the mic works on this tablet.